My name's Scott. I am a tech recruitment agency owner based in the UK. I have close to 10 years experience working within the recruitment industry, and in today's video, I'm going to help you answer questions that you haven't prepared for in interview. Now let me set the scene for you. You've done all your research on the company, you've smashed the interview, it's going well, everyone likes you, but then randomly someone pulls up a question which is completely out the blue. Now sometimes it doesn't matter how much you prepare for an interview, sometimes you will get random questions that you just don't know how to answer. Now some of these questions can be rather abstract. For example, I had one candidate who had an interview with a gaming company and he was asked if he was in the game, what kind of character would he be? Now that question kind of makes sense given it's for a gaming company, but at the same time it's not something you would expect. But sometimes these questions can also be rather random and feel like they're a lot more thought-provoking. I've had people where they've been given a riddle and they had to try and solve that, and they've also been given really strange circumstances where they had to pick between saving family members, hypothetically of course. But still, you don't know what the answer is that they're trying to get out of you. So the best thing that you can do is try and buy some time. If you've got some water, I would definitely recommend trying to take a sip. This should give you a couple of seconds to think, but you're probably going to want a little bit longer. So at least try and acknowledge the question that they've asked you. So you might say, that's a good question. I've never really thought about that. Now there is a limit on how much time that you can buy to try and answer these questions, but hopefully this has given you a couple of seconds to at least try and start answering. So let's say, for example, I'm interviewing with WWE and they give me a random question at the last minute to say, oh, if you could be any wrestler, who would it be and why? Now here it would be very easy to slip up and say something which could make you look bad. You might want to answer the question honestly and say, for example, I like The Undertaker because he's a dead guy. Now it's probably not what they actually want to hear. If this was me in this situation, I would say that my favorite wrestler would be The Rock, which may be a bit of a boring answer. However, I would go on and say a few more things to explain why I picked him. So if I was to answer this, I would say The Rock is my favorite wrestler because I think he's very charismatic and entertaining, but I also admire his work ethic and that he is a family man, as well as he has created a career within the entertainment industry and has several different businesses and something like that. I don't know. It's actually quite hard to do when you're on the spot, even when you've made up the fictional question yourself to answer. At least here you've tried to give an insight into the way you think and your values and what you believe is important, as it could have been quite easy to say something comical or something which would have made you seem rather immature. Now that might be one fictional interview question that I've made up, however it seems like it is very common given the number of people I've spoken to over the years that have had random questions put upon them in interview. So to summarize, in this situation, I would say it is important to try and buy yourself some time, acknowledge the question which they've asked you, and when you have an answer which you think you can answer with, at least try and make it sound positive and mature. All you can do is your best, and I appreciate that might be quite difficult in this situation. At the very least, by having a positive and somewhat well thought about answer, it's going to show that you can handle pressure in situations like this, which is what they're probably trying to test you out on. Now, I hope this video will help you in your interviewing journey. If you've had any questions which are really hard to answer or really random, I would love to hear what they are, so comment below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I will see you soon in the next video.